I believe. I may be completely off the mark here, but I don't know anybody else, and I'm probably not right, but I don't think anybody else, with maybe the exception of Goldberg later on, had a personal service contract. Everybody else had contracts with WCW.
Now, I know that Alex Wright had a contract with Turner Broadcasting rather than WCW. So I believe there was like DDP did because he bought his contract was bought out by the WWF for like 50 cents on the dollar because he wanted to be part of the invasion. I believe Goldberg did. I believe Bret Hart did. I think quite a lot of people had Turner contracts with Turner rather than WCW.
It was Turner, but not a personal service contract with Ted Turner. Completely different contract.
Right. So what is the difference then?
The personal service, and I'm no lawyer, but a personal service contract is you're contracted not to that company, but to Ted Turner himself. So if anything went south or bankruptcy or whatever, Ted wasn't going to go bankrupt. So you knew you were going to get the money.
Mm.
And with Alex Wright, I think the reason why Alex got it was Alex was, and I think Alex Wright was, and it's probably part of my fault too, definitely underused. But at the time, he was so young with all these grizzled veterans, and we were more based in reality, but we should have done something more with Alex. That he was brought over because he had the connection with the German television through a local promoter. And I don't know how that went down, but I went to Germany and met with the local promoter a couple of times. And I think he had the rights to Alex deal with the TV in Germany. So we were on a very strong channel in Germany because of Alex.
With Alex, because I interviewed him recently as well, and he was so disappointed that the Berlin character, which was Eric Bischoff was a big fan of the Berlin character, and then when Vince Russo came in, Alex is not a fan of Vince Russo, and Vince Russo apparently wasn't a fan of Alex, and the character went away pretty soon. But that had a lot of potential.
Oh, you know whose idea that was?
No.
Dusty Rhodes.
Really?
You know, Dusty gets knocked a lot by people that didn't know him. Dusty was a brilliant guy, could think out of the box. I was a little hesitant when I first saw, you remember the vignette with the marching soldiers?
Do you know, I don't recall that. I remember in wrestling, but I don't remember the vignettes.
Yeah, they had a vignette with, if it wasn't, it appeared to be Nazi soldiers marching in the streets. And I thought, whoa, we may get some flack from this, but we didn't. And Dusty, one of the things that Dusty was great at was producing a guy through vignettes. Dusty wanted to be Steven Spielberg.
You never quite achieved that, though. But I mean, so few people, get the are allowed to sort of like flex their creative freedom for as long as Dusty had. So he must have been pretty creatively fulfilled over the years.
Right. But I'm sorry that Alex, the Berlin thing was cut because he tried very hard. That's one of the things I always mention, that second generation kids, his father was a great wrestler. Second generation kids, somehow, most of them, by osmosis of being around the business, taken into the dressing room when they're babies, they seem to pick it up a little quicker. And I think Alex would have been a breakout star and a breakout heel. Much like Gunther, is that his name?
It was Walter, wasn't it? So yeah, I think Gunther.
Sorry, that staunch German face. Alex would have been a huge star, and I'm sorry that happened to him. And I'm glad it didn't happen to him with my watch.
Yeah.